playing music right now, nigga? Somebody playing music?
I don't hear music.
Well, I am playing music. Is that playing for you? Y'all hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. Nigga, you trying to get us copyright claim, nigga?
I can't hear it.
All right. Okay. It's a step forward.
All right, Otis, you can go ahead and record. You can go ahead and roll it.
You took it down. It said you took it down.
I'm saying hit record so we can go ahead and start this shit.
It's been recording.
It's been recording.
Oh, we're recording. Oh, shit. Oh, that's crazy. Welcome to the Then and Now podcast.
He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
That was a bad
The thing is, you can tell you know what he tried. He tried so hard.
Hey, he fell for the shit. So apparently I was.
But I didn't. I was like, you hit record already.
We saw you hit record. By the way, it's happened so many times, but he didn't hit record.
Welcome to the Then and Now podcast. We are here for a really cool reaction, a show that is very near and dear to my heart. I'm guessing as well as my co-host. Stranger Things 4th season. I feel like we're getting to the point where it's getting dragged out, so hopefully this season has some heat in it, because I will be very disappointed if it's trash.
Yeah, I feel like it may be nearing. If this isn't the final season, I think the fifth one is supposed to be the fifth.
One is supposed to be the final season.
Yeah, because I feel like it's getting dragged. That last season, I was like, it's cool, but where the fuck we going from here?
Are they even in the 80s anymore? Like,
right.
Now it'd be cool if they're like transitioning into the 90s now. They like switch the whole aesthetic up. That'd be cool if they're like. We'll see how it goes.
Well, they may have. You know what they may have to do? They may have to do what Otis hates more than anything under the sun.
Time skips.
Because the kids are getting older. The kids, you can't like say, "Oh, we're still." It's a year later. Like, no, these kids are like.
He's a 6th grader. What?
You went through puberty a couple of years ago. So.
No, I didn't.
Millie Bobby Brown like grown now, bro. I follow her on
like,
Instagram. I'm like, damn, you were not.
Yeah, you were not a kid anymore.
Is she like is she close to my age, or she's like 18, 19 now or something?
Maybe 18, 19. And because you see Finn Wolfhard was in that Ghostbusters movie. He's like Otis' height in Ghostbusters. He's like 6'2". So
bro, I was tripped out because I'm in my head, Millie Bobby Brown is still 11 and she's still little. Nah, I'm like, damn, this bitch is like my age. What the hell? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, she's that little.
Yeah, get into this. We're gonna have to start the reaction and editor, roll that shit. So cool.
You've broken everything.
Oh shit. I like that voice.
Your suffering is almost at an end.
This sounds like Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street. Doesn't it?
Kind of sort of. Like
more Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah.
Dear Billy, I don't know if you can even hear this.
Who is Billy?
Her brother, remember? The guy had the mullet.
Yeah.
Billy.
Ever since you left, everything's been
Spoiler alert.
a disaster.
Red Ranger.
For a while, we tried to be happy.
Yeah. Wow, they're getting bigger. I was like, who's that dude? Oh yeah, that's him. He's grown.
He hooping now. He like 6'5".
He said it's
impossible.
That's why I looked up when I said it was like, yeah.
Jesus. Oh, this jam, okay.
Ooh. This song kind of hard. Hold on.
David Harbour.
I relocated you guys.
Because we're still in the 80s.
Wow, they're so grown, man.
They are huge, Jesus. Bro.
They're like tall for.
A war is coming.
That's the house right out of it.
Are very much.
You're right.
In the eye of the storm.
I don't have my powers.
Oh shit.
I don't know how to say this other than just to say it. Without you, we can't win this war.
Hey, Paul. She got the powers, bro?
I forgot what Paul Reiser was doing, man. He was on the doctors.
See you on the other side.
On the other side.
was convinced I was put here for some other reason.
Oof.
Maybe I can still help. Even if it's the last thing I do.
People say Hawkins is cursed.
Oh,
You got powers
Way
now?
off.
How's she getting? Her floating like that reminded me of Carrie.
It's time.
yeah. Damn. This Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
You have lost.
I fuck with that process. That looks sick.
Here,
Those prosthetics
we,
look dope.
we need to get Danny on. We need to get Danny on and have her take. But I gotta say it real quick. That face on that bad guy right there looks a lot like the face of Skeletor in the He-Man movie. We'll bring it up. We'll bring up an image of that. So you
Goes
can-
MIDI pack.
Unbelievable.
Insane MIDI.
You guys want to know something funny?
What's up?
I literally forgot to hit record in OBS.
So you actually did forget to hit record.
Yep, I realized it like near halfway through the video. I'm like, well, too late now because we're not reshooting that. So we're just gonna have to do it in here.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I
I'm so
mean,
proud of you.
good thing is recording here the entire
I
time.
know. I was like, that's why in my head I thought about it. I'm like, hey, we're recording in here. We'll do it for the next video. Fuck
The
it.
irony. I love when Dev says, "Let me show you what irony means," and he proves it.
I'm like, I downloaded the video, did all that shit, and forgot to hit record in OBS. That's crazy.
Grown man.
I just like if you watch my face through that whole video, like in the middle, when I realized it, I'm like, fuck. Well, fuck it.
Okay.
Anyway,
we need to cue it up to a moment where and zoom in when we say, and this is the moment when Dev realized
you
fucked up. Yeah.
Anyway, thoughts. This trailer was interesting. A lot of things were interesting. I wasn't really like right. Honestly, it didn't feel that long to me.
It didn't feel long, but
like knowing it's 3 minutes, I was like, damn, that's 3 minutes, but it didn't feel like 3 minutes.
I guess one thing too is with trailers for TV shows or series as opposed to a movie, it can be 3 minutes long and still not give everything away. You know, there's a lot more content that they have to play with.
Like you're not showing from 2 hours worth of content. You're showing from like 8 to
Probably
10 hours.
yeah,
of content.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Right. I thought that was interesting. I think that a good twist is going to be that the biggest thing I feel like that was revealed is that 11 doesn't have her powers anymore. Right. So seeing how they don't have the cheat code of 11 anymore with her telekinesis, I'm just like, so how are they going to?
But now they got Carrie. They went from 11 to Carrie. Because the other girl, the redhead girl, like in the 80s, is Carrie. It's
wait, does she have powers now? I forget. Does she have powers now?
She was levitating. You saw it on in the thing. We're just like, all right.
I want to know how she got her shit. That's me interesting.
That's exactly what I said when we were watching it.
I think that's when I realized I fucked up. That's why I was out of it for a second. I was like, what the fuck? I was looking around. I'm like, oh, I didn't hit record. Fuck. Yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of the effects look better to me than previous seasons, especially that final villain. I fuck with it looked like it was mostly prosthetics, but I could be wrong. But it looked like that to me.
No, so here's the thing about that. It did look like prosthetics, looked pretty good. But one thing, it almost looks like a tonal shift so much. Like, remember the Demogorgon in the first season? It was very much of an id kind of beast. It wasn't like, I have sentient, deliberate plans. And then even later on, when they had I can't remember the name. Y'all remember the name? The big, larger one, like a spider that covered the city. It was still a beast. Even though it was a little more deliberate, it wasn't talking.
Well, I thought it had sentience because it was controlling the one kid.
It did have sentience to a degree because it enslaved the whole town. Not the whole town, but half a town.
Right, with the mind flayer or whatever.
But mind flayer, that's what it was called.
Mind flayer. But it didn't like talk. Like this one is an anthropomorphic being that talks and seems actually like it's actually. So I'm wondering how that comes into existence, almost to the point where I'm wondering if someone crossed over back in the day into this.
That's my guess. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that happened. So he was once a man.
It's just the progression. Like, I mean,
right.
All the minds that the mind flayer took, they had to go somewhere, I guess,
Yeah, that could be it.
It's like a high thing where, like, the whole everything over there on the upside down gets stronger.
Right.
And he's the mirror one.
I can't wait to see him in action.
I
can't wait to see him in action. As y'all know, I love intimidating villains. That's why I feel like that's one of the biggest flaws of the MCU is that their villains like start intimidating but turn really annoying, like near the end and soft. Yeah, he like the voice, the aesthetic, the tone. I'm like, he looks like he can be intimidating for the entire series if they do it right. Where he's like an intimidating threat up until he's defeated or wherever.
Well, so I agree, but the problem is they already showed him. I kind of wish they hadn't shown.
I wish they would just kept the voice.
Yeah, just kept the voice,
right,
or something.
Yeah, just a silhouette or whatnot. Like save it for us to actually see episode 7 of the show.
It could be a situation like with Thanos where they showed Thanos, but like you didn't get the full grasp of what he's able to do until his introduction, where he's like fucking up the Hulk and shit. Where he's like touching down.
That's fair. But I think the difference is it seems because maybe it is like this for Stranger Things season 4 as well. In Avengers Infinity War, Thanos was the lead character, period. And we were following his story. I wonder, maybe we are following this character's story as well. I mean, the trailer opened with him talking, so maybe we are following his story.
We're probably gonna get like a flashback or some shit, like showing his origin story. Or
we probably will.
Probably get like a hour-long episode to it.
All right. If we get like a scene like Vader in the end of like Rogue or whatever, where he's just like using his strength to full display just to murder shit, I feel like that could up his intimidation factor. Just showing his display of power and setting a tone will, like, especially early on, will kind of show her like what it is.
Yeah.
Horse.
So you're saying if it opens, because the first scene in the first season of Stranger Things, it opens that way, where you see someone like the guys are running down the hall trying to get away from something. It's the Demogorgon that's come out. So if they do something like that with this dude, where the first scene in the fourth season is him flexing, basically.
I don't think they can go as small as him just taking out one thing though. He's got to go full on like Mob Psycho and like lift the building or something. Like
which could happen in the Upside Down. He could flip. I mean, can you imagine though if they actually go ham, actually having to have wars in the Upside Down?
Which I think they may be doing. I feel like the Upside Down is crossing over to some extent because you saw like a house or some shit like that was there.
That's the point.
That was a great visual that they had with the red lighting behind the house. That was fire.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be dope. Yeah, the old It house, Pennywise house. Yeah.
Hopefully, anybody they kill in this season stays dead this time. So I'm saying.
Man.
I love dude, but I'm just like, okay, what was the?
It was like, dude. Now you're in Russia?
Yeah, because it was I guess the thing is he's such a big name and kind of the lead of the show. Did y'all ever think he was actually gonna be dead and stay dead did you ever think that?
Yeah, because I thought if he dies, that just it's a significant moment in the show. When you kill off a character that big, it means a lot. So if he stayed dead, it'd be a moment that people will remember. Now he's like, it's like Genkai shit from Yu Yu, like where it's like he dies.
They had to do it because like this is the 4th season, so now they need 4 perspectives. So they have to be in Russia now.
Oh, I see what you mean.
We've already seen this dude in Russia before. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, but he got a season in Russia.
Yeah. What was that movie? The Black Widow.
Widow, yeah.
No, so
the Red Russian, or no, what was his name? Fucking
the Russian Captain America, basically.
The Red Soviet or some shit like that.
He has it in comics too. I should know his name.
I forgot. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that is him in the Black Widow movie.
The Super Russian.
Yeah. He had like a bastardized version of the serum, but you're right though. Oh, the idea that if we have that's one thing they tend to do in these Stranger Things is they try to have different perspectives. So like I think in season 2 we follow maybe about Millie Bobby Brown or Eleven's stuff for a while before she met up with the other kids again. To probably do something like that again in season 4. We see a lot of what Hopper is dealing with in Russia from his point of view before he accepts the name Hopper.
I just want to see what the develop. At this point, I feel like we've got so much development on these characters, and like, what more do they need? Or like, what do you do in the development of them? Because 11's a whole person now, and all the kids have had their own challenges and like emotional shit that they've dealt with. I feel like, damn, everybody's damn near. You're not a complete person, but like, where do you take their development personally from here?
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna throw in classic high school drama stuff like, relationships and bullies. And
we've seen that already too.
Blah, blah, blah.
But
we're gonna get it to another level, and then on top of that, they're gonna have a whole supernatural dude to deal with. That's just where I see it going.
Because we saw old dude was like trying to murder him beforehand, like run him down with a car or some shit like that.
I mean, no,
or am I tweaking? I'm thinking about it. Never mind. I'm thinking about it. My bad.
It's a.
It's not this show. It looks a lot like it to me because it already looked like a Stephen King property already, but like now you got the group of kids in a house and fighting the demon. It looks like
it has Stephen King font for Stranger Things that pops up there. It has an 80s vibe. Also, it has Finn Wolfhard. It has the It house, the Pennywise house. It's like, yeah, this is a lot of things are crossing over. That Venn diagram is getting closer and closer. But I think one thing, referring back to what y'all said, is what else can you do with this? I mean, we saw our boy, what's his name? The Lucas, right? Lucas, he had a dope ass fade flat top as he came out there playing basketball. I was like, who is that? Is that Stan? Is that Stan Thomas? Oh no, it's Lucas. Lucas out there getting the ball.
Stan is that tall.
Like standing Otis at a fusion dance.
That's what it was, basically. It's a fusion dance. Lucas. But I mean, so you have a different aspect of them having like some of them that are getting into different types of things. That we clearly have 11 and old boy that are still dating and doing their thing on roller skating rinks. We got Lucas that's becoming a basketball star apparently. We got Dustin that maybe I'm not sure he's really doubling down the nerd world, and so it's different types of stuff that's happening. It seems like
here's what's gonna happen this season. I'm gonna predict this shit. I'm gonna call this shit. We can go. We'll rewind it back after we watch the season, but it's just about to happen personally for all of them. They're gonna go through an arc where homeboy is about to play basketball. He's gonna be cool now, so now he's gonna have new cool friends, and he's gonna have that whole dilemma of leaving his people behind. They're gonna get mad at him for leaving them behind, so they're gonna shun him. 11 and old girl going to get serious in their relationship or whatever, probably do sex shit now. We'll probably get that whole thing about them losing their virginities or whatever. Old nerd dude's probably going to feel alienated again for whatever reason. And then at the end of the game, at the end of the season, they're all going to come back together despite the differences to fight this demon or whatever. That's what's about to fucking happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll be happy to be wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'd see that shit coming.
Typical high school shit.
It's high school, right? Yeah. Degrassi High, plus monsters. One thing there that what was Drake's character in that show? But real Jimmy, real quick though. Do you think? And this is I'm asking y'all real quick, honestly. There was speculation before that Will's character was supposed to be gay. Do you think they might explore that of his character actually being gay?
Will, which one was Will? I can't remember.
Will was the one that in season 1 was trapped in the Upside Down.
Mm-hmm.
That guy. I mean,
because even in the show, they kind of what's it called? His mom was kind of like setting up the idea that it's possible he was. That'd
be cool. I mean, I guess it's like, again, I feel like we've seen that in it as well, where it's like dude was gay the whole time. I mean, it'd be cool, I guess, to see that in the 80s and see how, it's not very forgiving to be a homosexual in the 80s.
Because that'd be something to explore with the show too.
But again, that's stuff like I've seen a million times over, so they'd have to do it in a different way that wouldn't seem cliche to me. Because I feel like, especially with the whole secretly being gay thing in a time period like that has been overdone so many times now that it's a cliche. It's like like you do it to be spicy, to kind of add a flair, like, oh, we have diversity because we have a gay character, we have a black character, we have a Jewish, you know what I mean?
Is it really that diverse that you got the black character playing basketball?
It's on the nose. It's on the nose.
Can we listen to rap music too?
Okay.
Listen to Ice.
He's gonna start getting black friends.
Literally. That's about to happen. He's about to have black friends and have that cultural dilemma where he can't be a nerd anymore. He can't play Dungeons and Dragons, and now he's an athlete. Now he's
that's the thing. That is a real part of life, part of growing up. It's not even as far as like
learn how to code switch.
Yeah, you gotta code. Oh, yeah, that never ends. But this,
what up, my niggas?
Hello, folks. But the thing is too is like as you get older, sometimes you got to change the people you hang out with, your friend groups, for better or worse. It just changes. So I mean, if they don't have that in the show, I'll be like, what are you doing? It'll seem unreal.
Right.
I guess, yeah. I guess I've seen it so much now.
High school shit.
Right. Again, I'm out of high school. You just
got out of high school.
I know, and it feels like a million years ago now. Then I've already watched Euphoria, and they're already doing high school times 50,000 already. So I'm just like, more high school shit.
That's bonkers high school.
We just got Euphoria.
What is this? Yeah, Euphoria is like.
I mean, if you want to, like, didn't Stranger Things exist before Euphoria?
It did. But I think because we just had this new season that was already amazing. Like, I feel like seeing a similar fucking backdrop. I don't know. Again, I love the show. I love Stranger Things. It's probably one of my favorite shows I've ever watched, honestly. Like, especially the second season, I really enjoyed.
First season was really good.
First season is one of the best things ever. Yeah.
Season,
You almost could have ended it on just season 1. It was a perfect piece.
Honestly, I loved seeing more development in the. Not me. I love seeing how the relationships of the group dynamic kind of develop later on. Like seeing 11 become herself, become a whole character, be able to interact in the world in a different way. But now that I've seen that for like 2 more years, like 2 more seasons, I'm like, all right, I've seen all this development, all this interaction. Now I'm like, where do you go?
I'm over it. Sometimes it's okay to end things. It's okay. It's like, you know what?
I know. I know. I wish.
It's okay. Okay.
The problem is money tastes so good.
James Wan.
James Wan.
Oh, he ends shit. That's his thing. He doesn't end it. He's like, I'm done now.
No,
I'm
leaves.
done.
He leaves shit. Yeah,
It's over. Like,
he leaves shit.
He's like,
done.
He's like, you don't want to end this? All right, I'm done. I'm out. I'll see you later. I'm gonna start something else up.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah, well, he did Fast and Furious 3, 4, and then 5, and then left, and came back at like 8 or something. Or
he did a Fast and Furious.
He did.
Saw.
We got some problems.
Conjuring.
We got some problems.
Insidious.
Yeah, we got a Malignant, which we got to get Oda to watch.
No.
It's fun. It's fun.
We'll get
I had
you
all the fun I needed to have in the first 5 minutes. I was just like, no. She's like, you know what? This is next thing immediately.
I will say, I won't turn this into a Malignant review.
No, we won't do that.
But they do a lot of things in that movie that are like groundbreaking in a sense, like with the way they do certain things. But I won't break that down right now because maybe after we did
that's a strong word. What I will say is it's you've seen more.
Go ahead, my bad.
No. All I was gonna say is you've seen like Morbius. You were able to kind of the idea is you can just like I can.
You haven't though, nigga.
I refuse to. What I was gonna say is you can sometimes watch a movie and just say, okay, fuck it, I'll go along for the ride for this, whatever it is, and I not take it too seriously. Malignant is one of those things where if you go into it knowing it's kind of dumb, it's like, okay, I'll just watch it for what it is. It is directed well. Like Dev was saying, like groundbreaking. A lot of the because James Wan in his DP can shoot the fuck out of a scene. So anyway, we're rambling about Malignant. So move on.
I mean, if I can find a way to turn my brain off, sure, I will go watch that. Weed is not strong enough to turn my brain off enough to see that shit.
You don't have to. I think that
you don't have to.
The first 5. I promise you, those first 5 minutes are not an accurate representation.
That was a different director. That was a different like team, like an AD or something shot at the. I don't know what that fuck that was.
That was the whole rest of the movie is not that bad. It's like that was
the worst. That was the worst.
Just like that. That was the easy part of that raid. E?
The easy with the
no. All right, guys. I think everybody else any closing remarks.
So yes, I'm going to watch this Stranger Things season. I'm not expecting anything more than a 7. If you do more than a 7, I'll be kudos to you. But right now, 7.
What would you give? We got to also, if you don't mind, what if you rank the previous seasons, kind of to get the ballpark how we feel?
Season 1, 9. Season 2. Season 2's probably like a 8, 7.5. Season 3 is like a 6.5, 7.
See, I can't because it's been so long since I've seen them. I don't want to like make a hyperbolic statement or hyperbolic rating because I haven't seen it so damn long.
Do them all. Do all 3 seasons then.
All 3 combined to me, I think I average out to like a 9 to me.
A 9? Damn.
Yeah, for me. I really enjoyed the show.
This is
and I feel like that first season makes up for a lot of the bad stuff.
Momentum.
It's like Attack on Titan. The first season is excellent, and then it gets stupid. And then
the sophomore slumps are real. I'm sorry, they are real.
And I will say with this show, I don't think there's ever like a super dead drop off. I think the third season was kind of mediocre.
His eyes,
like you said, he gave the second season an 8, and he gave the first one a 9.
I don't know, but it's a gradual drop off. I would give season 1 a 9.5 to a 10. Season 1 was like when it came out, it was a cultural phenomenon. Everyone was talking about it. This is back in the day,
and that was also pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, but also streaming shows were like highly lauded. So like for a show that was purely original on Netflix to take the world over by storm, it's like holy fuck. So yeah, I'd give it a solid 9.5 or higher. Season 2 was definitely a drop off, and they were hitting some of the same notes, and it seemed like what's going on here. So I give it like a 7.5, 8, maybe 7.5, and I would give season 3 about 7.5 as well.
Would you guys say that? Do you guys say Stranger Things is like that first Netflix IP that really like hit hard for them, or is there one
No,
before that I'm forgetting?
they had a few others. They had
What was the first one you can remember?
well,
Like,
House of Cards was one of the earlier ones. They
House
also
of Cards
had
definitely hit.
what's the one that Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
I
Orange is the
forgot
New Black was a big one. What else came out early?
They had some earlier ones too.
They had some shows
I
early.
think Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders also predates it. So they had some other original shows on Netflix.
damn, as much as they're raising their prices up, I'm like, if they strike gold every now and then, and I'm just like, their gold is like gold because it's like a cultural
$16 a month.
It's a lot. It's a lot for all the mediocre shit. They get that one hit, and I'm just like, because their hits are hits.
Their hits are, you can't not be part of
Big
it.
Game, Witcher.
Yeah, The Witcher. Yeah, Witcher.
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Even they're like
Arcane.
Arcane, which is still my favorite one actually. So,
Yeah,
Castlevania.
still the best.
yeah, so
The craziest shit is that even their mediocre shit is like a cultural marker because there's a million memes about it. Baki.
Hey, I still like Baki, man. I still like
It's
Baki.
mediocre.
The second season of You, I think the first one was really good, but like the second season going forward.
Then
shit.
3 was just like, what?
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah,
like,
use because it's a book, right? It is a book. It is a book written by I forgot her
I
name.
believe so.
Yeah, based off a book, but still original.
But the memes, like even the third season being bad, like even the amount of memes that came out of that, so like everybody.
The third
watched-
season was comical. It wasn't bad to me. It was just like, this is comedy.
Man,
This is
what's
comedy.
going on here. We're not even trying anymore. Yeah. But that's the thing. They're seminal. You can't. And Bridgerton, of course, Bridgerton's huge right now. Bridgerton 1 and season 1 and 2. Bridgerton was all over the place. You can't.
You
can't
ask anybody that's reviewing it, especially for the women, it doesn't have the same oomph as the first season.
I wonder why.
It doesn't have old boy. It doesn't have old boy.
You know, it's
Wow.
less sex in
They're not fucking like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's but the thing is, they are, like you said, Dev, they are cultural milestones or touchstones.
They are.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You can't avoid
Everybody
it.
talks about it. Everybody sees it.
Squid Game literally has people
Squid Game.
watching K-dramas. Like people, the American people are watching K-dramas.
Like,
It's like the
you
Dragon
tell
Ball Z of
all the people that aren't nerds that were used to watching like sub anime were like complaining about it not being in English, but they still watched it regardless. They still watched
I
it.
mean, it's a dub version.
They do have a dub, which is
I
fine.
think I watched the dub actually. As a matter of
That's
fact,
not bad.
It was terrible.
It's fine.
I still like
But,
the show regardless.
yeah, it's great. It's a great show. It's a great show. And everyone watched it. Everyone watched it. So I mean, these are all this Netflix original things. You can't. So it's
Closing remarks. Something I want to start doing for these trailer reactions for shows like that. I want to give it a preliminary rating on what we think it's going to be, and then see how it matches up in the actual
I gave it
review.
already.
Right. I know what you're going to think this season. Oh yeah, did you say that already?
Yeah,
Seven.
definitely did.
But I kind of fucked it up because I asked him to rate the whole show.
Yeah, but what do you think just season 4 is going to be? If you could guess.
I think it's on 7. I hope for more. Like, if they give me more than a 7, I will be greatly appreciated for it. 7.
But
I'm hoping that this is one of those scenarios where the pandemic aids it, where they had more time to kind of refine some things, work on the story and the effects and everything. So I'm hoping they'll actually get up to an 8. It'll kind of take a step up. It seems that they're actually trying to give the villain more of a presence, because essentially before, like we mentioned, the villains quote unquote didn't have one. They were id creatures. This one actually is a very cognizant being who actually owned that trailer. So maybe it could be something different. So I'm hoping for an 8.
yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I think it's going to be 8, like an 8.5, because I just really like this villain. Like he just felt something, like he just felt like he had gravity to him a little bit with the voice and then the prosthetic look of him. I think it's just a matter of what they actually have him do, or if they have him do anything. I'm going to say 8 to 8.5.
Let's see. But don't forget, look up, we'll put it up here, the image of Skeletor from the He-Man, Masters of the Universe movie. that face looks just like it. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
You know, I've played so many video games, I've watched so many anime, seen so many shows. Like, nothing about his aesthetic seemed hyper original to me. So maybe that's why I didn't hit on the same note. It was like, oh, that's another one of those guys.
I don't even think it needs to be original. It just needs to look good to me. Like, it just looked good.
And that's fair.
I feel like there has to be something that stands out aesthetically about your character for it to be memorable.
Preferably.
That's tough though, because like there's so much, nothing's new under the sun. Like you have to, like, I don't know what do you do to make him original that's not a gimmick.
Yeah. I feel you. I think one thing is, like O said, we've seen so many anime and played so many video games. It is interesting to see it fully realized in real life, as opposed to just in so that may help too.
All right. Well, guys, this has been another reaction of the In and Out podcast. We'll come back and revisit this show once it drops and give you guys a full review and see if it holds up to our critiques and what we predicted it to be.
Wait, did you say your score?
Yeah, so 8.5.
You did. Damn, I have Alzheimer's. Wait, where are we?
Here at the In and Out podcast, we love the elderly, so that's what it is. Just to get really looked around like you know what it was.
You forgot to record.
I almost made a bad joke, but I was like, never mind. I'm gonna say that when we're not recording.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of the In and Out podcast. We will see you guys next time.
Poodini.
Oh my god. I still regret that I told y'all this.